we at work decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what's the talk of the town. It's going down. The one in the curve, you heard me. Let me just set this up real quick. Whoopsie. Whoa. Alrighty, we good. Just wanted to hop on, chop it up with the folks in the low, see what's, the talk of the town's going down. Where the curve, you heard me. Alrighty. Now, like I said, the G Series is coming back to this channel. We are bringing back a new video starting. Bum bum. So the long-awaited news that has been waiting for, so we got that going on. What's cracking, Mr. Pasa? Is definitely up in the casa for the raza. ¿Qué onda, loco? ¿Qué es la buena vida, carnal? Órale, the sickness, ¿no? Because of the weather. Está cabrón, ¿no? Yeah, I feel you, bro. It's this chilly weather. We went from them, warm nights to them cold nights. It's fucking up the rotation, Smokey. I feel you. It's a change of the weather. Hey, but it's a nice break, though. Getting a break from all that heat, though. Shit, much needed, especially, down here. Because it being hot all the time is not the business. So I definitely get what you're saying. I know I was getting sick, too. I'm like, semi-retiring. Recovering. Salutes to everybody. Hope everybody's having a lovely Thursday. You already know we're shitting like a villain. Seeing what's good with the folks in the lokes. Now, for those who were telling me if I could drop, an updated video on the Stockton party situation, well, what I said on the video is all I know. I don't know nothing more. I'm not going to come and pretend like I know more than what I do know. So that was it. So, you get what I mean? Everyone's getting sick right now. No, I know, bro. It's the change of the weather. Got everyone all fucked up. I know, especially I hate when I'm sick because then I have, at work it's hard to, get better because, I work in the cold. So just be fucking everything up. I'm still recovering right now. I thought the COVID shot was supposed to, help all that. People be thinking that's like the ultimate vaccine. It's straight up. Oh, no. Okay, all right. Yeah, no. But Canada's definitely cold. Yeah. We be complaining about like fucking 63 degrees in the cold. That's what is chilly. I can only imagine you guys. Like in the negatives and shit. Oh, no, yeah. That for sure is definitely the penguin weather. Yeah. No, I trust me. I know where you're coming from. Tommy Dashboard is definitely up in the building. What's cracking lacking? Oh, damn. Nah, homie, that's some crazy weather right there, bro. And we think we cold-blooded down here. Oh, then what we consider freezing weather to you guys would probably be like summer. Oh, yeah. I seen the email. Yeah. I'll definitely scope it out, bro. Definitely be scoping that out. I'm trying this new drink. It's a Full Throttle Blue Can. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that energy drink. It's all right. The taste is not all that. I should have got a fucking Rockstar instead. What do you think about the news covering the COVID? Was it true or is it? You already know, bro. Whenever there's some shit going down, a bunch of people are gonna put on their conspiracy hats on. That's just the way it is. People are never gonna fully trust whatever information they're given. Especially with this presidency, you know, who fucking embraces all conspiracies except the ones that have to do with covering their side. Which is strange, no? You know, because the right is all about conspiracy theories, right? Like they embrace that whole thing, right? But when it comes to their side, like they say the cover up of the Epstein, all of a sudden that's irrelevant. Oh no. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, humid weather sucks, bro. Humid is disgusting weather. Yeah, I can't live in an area where humidity is like the dominant weather. I just can't do it. Just can't. Like fucking walking into a sun all the time. Like, oh hell no. Four seasons in one day. Damn, what that was said in one day. Damn, that's no joke. Gorilla, Floyd. Oh yeah. Back in the days, Three Flowers, my boy. Shit, that was Mando. That was the only thing around. Yeah, I used to use the Three Flowers. I used to have slick back hair back then when I was young. Three Flowers is the only one that I used though. Mocos de Gorilla, my sons used those when they would spike up their hair. When they were Super Saiyans. I like those. Oh, I haven't tried those. I tried like a few flavors. But I'm not much of a fan of like energy drinks, right? Only like if somebody like treats me to one and shit. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I was like, Full Throttle? What is that? It's an energy drink by Pepsi. So I was like, all right, fuck it. She was from Colorado, but she was. Oh, okay, all right. No, well, there is, you know, South Side neighborhoods in Colorado. You know, the Sud is definitely area of Colorado. You know, you get those areas that like where a lot of people started moving to because it was cheaper and, you know, there was work. Like a lot of jobs were opening up, right? So you had a lot of people that were moving from like the California area to those kind of areas, right? So, you know, so they take that mental over there and spreads like wildfire. So she passed away. Okay, she had a song I really like called "Criminals." All right. I would always say that word. You can be as naked and still be. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. So fucking nasty, hot and shit. You got your balls drooping all the way down to your feet. No. It's just not the thing, bro. It's just not the business. You can't even make love in that weather, bro. You just want to get away from you. Like, nah, no, none of this cuddling. Nah, you better get your ass away from me. Even the breeze, like, even the breeze, like, fuck that. Has a lot of humidity. I know. They say so some parts of Texas too, and I think they said New Orleans. Try Gorilla Energy. Those ones are better. It's an energy drink. You should try Mango Loco. Well, man, I do like mango. Mango's my shit. You know, especially like the Arizona mango. And you already know us with mango, bro. As Mexicans, bro, that's our shit, bro. With mango with tajin. Ooh, my boy. Or with chamoy. Oh, ooh la la. Shit, we be adding mango to everything. Mango's like our trump card for us Mexicans. Mango exam tomorrow. I'm getting ready to go. All right, yeah, that's right, that's right. Like when it comes to speaking your native language, like, are you like, can you hold your own, or do you have that problem like Mexicans who like are in the United States, but then when they go to Mexico, their Spanish is not all that, uh, not all that great to their likings or their standards. Because, like I said, I got a Filipino homie who gets clowned on by his cousins because his Filipino is not all that, to their standards as well, right? So he gets some of that criticism as well. Like I don't know what they be talking because I can't speak Filipino, right? But I'd be like, oh, why are they laughing at? He's like, oh, they're clowning me because I couldn't say the word or whatever. I was like, all right, yeah, don't trip. That happens to us as well. It happens. It happens. And I guess their culture's a little bit more serious on that, right? So they tend to, even though they're joking, right? They're kind of like in a more serious tone, right, to it. So the homie gets mad. As we come from we're here in India, expect us to buy all these expensive gifts. You know what? That is true though, bro. Like even like when we go visit my family in Mexico, they be thinking that we have money like that, bro. Like what? Like, bro, we do not have money like that, my guy. For some odd reason, they think just because we're in America that we're rolling in paper. Like what? Like, bro, we got it just as rough, homie. It's like for some odd reason they think us in America that we're living like in some kind of golden palace and shit, and that everything is lovely, right? Where you got all this chaos all around. What are your thoughts on Trump claiming the economy under him right now is doing amazing? And you know what, bro? Even Fox News has already started reporting that a lot of Americans are unhappy with what's the situation with America. So once they start now bursting the illusion, then it's all bad. Because they go along with the delusion. Donald Trump he's just those type that as long as he feels like he can continue lying to people, there's people that are gonna believe it. As long as they're not feeling the side effects, because there's some people that don't feel the side effects of whatever's happening in the economy, they think that nothing's going on. You get what I mean? But until it starts to affect them, that I guess, their illusion all of a sudden, it's because they think everybody has like an agenda, right? So they feel like when they're telling them the truth, that maybe that's some agenda that's by the left or some shit like that. Like whenever I come critique this administration, people always start insulting the left, like if I'm some kind of Democrat or a leftist or a liberal, and it's like, well, fuck them too, bro. I ain't down with them. You know what I mean? Like I'm speaking the truth, bro, not as somebody who represents that side because I don't like that side either, but as because it's the truth, bro. You have to shower 3 times a day properly. You still, yeah, no amount of showering and all that's gonna help, bro. Just the humidity is just gonna make everything sticky. Imagine how hot India is every single day. Oh damn, and above. Oh no, oh no, no, that is hot, bro. It's from experience, the mango that comes from Mexico is very. The mango from India is very sweet, but it's. Órale, all right. I know, yeah, there's some different areas that brew like some good fruit. Shit, there's even some bananas that are red. I didn't even know that. I was like, what? Red bananas? The fuck? It's crazy. I even one time I got this fruit. I think, what the fuck was it called? Right, but the only reason I got it is because the supermarket was giving free samples, and I like the taste. Right, it was something called jackfruit. Jackfruit? Yeah, I think it was called jackfruit. It's this big ass green thing and it has like spikes and shit like that, right? It's pretty fucking big. And the inside is like orange yellowish, right? But that shit, it tastes sweet. It kind of tastes like a mix between like a mango and a pineapple, sort of. I don't know. They say it comes from Asia. That shit was good though. So I bought me some. My kids were looking at it like if it was from Mars. Like, what is that? Like, it's jackfruit. Here, try it. They're like, nah. Like, if I'm kind of like trying to trick them and shit. Like, if it was gonna be, I was like, if it was nasty, you think I would have spent money on it? Like, this is good. Try it. It may look weird, right? But fuck with it. It's good. And they tried it and they liked it. It was pretty good. And there was some that was big as fuck though. Like, there's some that look like boulders. Isn't perfect. I can read it. Only speak it, but nobody really counts. Okay, so you're more fluent in it. So you're not as rough as like some other people. Is Russia in Asia? It could be considered European or Asia. They have the strangeness of sharing the borders with either continent. So so you know you could consider it Asia. You could consider it Europe. They have that. They're in that line. That's why you can find a lot of Asians in Russia. For that reason. Same with India. India's in Asia, but whenever people point that out, everybody finds a hard time believing that. Like, India's not in Asia. Like, why? Because they don't look Asian, or what you consider Asians to look like. I feel like that movies have a lot to do with that. I feel like a lot of people go based off of whatever they're seeing on TV and be like, oh, okay. Like, that's stupid. They're not in it. Punjabi looks nothing like Chan. Like, what? The fuck are you talking about, goofball? It's kind of like the same argument. Like when people be like, no, 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 no. You know, Honduras is not a part of the raza. Neither is Guatemala. All right. Like, okay. Because if you were to put, them in a room with a Mexican, you're able to tell the difference just by looking at them, huh? You can't even tell when they start speaking Spanish, roughly. But they're not a part of the raza. Okay. Like if the Mexican Empire didn't extend all the way down there. But all right, I guess. Yes, because at one point Mexico was an empire. My family in Mexico really think we know. Serio, bro. I'm telling you, they think we got it like that. They usually have a lot of money, but our family is one of the most rich. Stuff. I think what it is that maybe people think just because like people own businesses, like let's say if they have like little mom and pop stores here in America, that they probably have it lovely like that, right? But it's sometimes they're just keeping their head above water. It's not until they come here and realize how hard it is to make $1 after they start. Yeah, facts. Right? And it's like America has that thing where it's not like let's say in Mexico, right? Where they when they had this idea because in Mexico, once you build your home, you don't have to worry about like paying, bills like taxes and shit like that, right? When here in America, you get taxed for everything has taxes. Everything has taxes, and you get a bill for everything, bro. Everything has bills to it. You know what I mean? And actually, how is it? America, according to the charge, trying to break, by the way. No, I know. Trust me. I know that India has, a strong work ethic. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to the science field. What was the fruit? We have a lot of the fruits that are popular in the grocery stores. In most Asia, there's imports of India, where the people look close to Chinese and Japanese. Yeah, but how America sees it is like all Indian people must look and sound like Apu from The Simpsons. That's roughly their idea of what it is. You get what I mean? Just kind of like all Mexicans have to be the sombrero wearing, huaraches wearing, burro pulling, lazy individuals. You get what I mean? But it's all from cinema that they get that idea of a fucking country. Americans are just lazy like that, bro. Like different. So close with they call Mr. Capone Mr. Only because of him being a culture. That's the thing. Look, the reason why they think Mr. Capone is like a culture vulture is because he's from the Middle East, right? He's Pakistani, if I'm not mistaken, right? But he talks, dresses, and looks like a Chicano, like somebody who's from a Mexican neighborhood. So they're calling him a phony, not realizing that he was raised here in Southern California. He was raised amongst Mexicans as a little kid. Growing up, all his friends were Mexicans, and they were all from a gang. So he grew up adapting their lingo, their way of being. Not because he was, but just because he felt like he was a part of them. And people can act like if when you're growing up with a group of friends that you don't share lingo or hobbies and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just what happens. That's human nature. It's human interaction. It's just how humans is what humans do, right? So it's like he's not trying to because he's actually from a Mexican gang. He's actually from a Chicano neighborhood. So it's like, how's he a culture vulture? Culture vulture is if he would have came already here as an adult and tried to pretend to be this to get some kind of financial gain from it. But no, this is the way he was raised. You get me? So it's like, how's he pretending? He was raised to be like that. He did grew up. He is from a Mexican gang. He grew up amongst these individuals. This is who he really is. You know what I mean? Like there's Mexican individuals that are from MS, right? And they're not Salvadorians, right? People think you have to be Salvadorian. No, they have Mexicans in their gang. You get what I mean? That's what I'm saying, though. Like people's ideas that come from the TV shows that they watch, or just because they watch or whatever, they think that they have an idea and understanding of how something works. Because every time I bring that up, like that MS has Mexican members in it, they're like, "No, it's only a Salvadorian gang." Like, huh? Yeah, majority of the members doesn't mean that they don't have fucking other types of ethnicities. They even have black people that are from MS, bro. Like, you stupid fuck. Like, this is just how it is when you're in an area like that's so diverse, like fucking California and Los Angeles, bro. You're gonna have individuals that grow up amongst these people that just, but people just don't seem to, wrap their heads around that. No, because the documentary I watched on Gangland, they said that it was a Salvadorian thing. then okay, then you believe whatever the fuck the TV tells you then, bro. So apparently that's where you get your education from. Shit, even the History Channel has gotten stuff wrong about history. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make their version true. Trump says he will get rid of. Trump is a fucking lunatic. He just says like the most outrageous things. Like he's an idiot. There's a reason why his businesses have always flopped, bro. If he was really this business fucking guru, then he wouldn't have so many bankruptcies like he does. If Trump was actually doing good, I would give him the flowers. I don't mind giving him the flowers. It's just that he hasn't came with nothing, though. Can never really see government remove tax wants his place, especially. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Donald Trump to say all this outlandish things, bro. And it's even, it's sad that there's people out there that actually believe it, though, right? And it's like, what? Like Donald Trump is a fucking idiot, bro. And I'm not saying that like it's just like, bro, like all the evidence just shows all his failures, bro. Just, there's not one thing that has shown like his greatness. Like, well, what about his money? Like, what? That came from his father? Like, come on now, bro. What are your thoughts on Bundy? The TV is always right. Facts, bro. Gangland also said that. Let me see. Against require rest to take blood and blood. Yeah. Yeah, that was just full of shit, bro. Like I said, those people just trying to hype it up. And like I said, they're always going to try to paint these individuals as the villain as well. People always still have to keep in mind that obviously it's going to have some type of, they're going to have some type of agenda, right? So they're going to try to paint them as horribly as possible. You get me? A lot of history. It's wrong. I can't even get. You know, exactly. You know, as a matter of fact, the only way you can get true history is if you take college courses. Because the history that's taught in like the school district is bullshit history. You get me? You're never gonna know true history unless you take college courses. That's where you really kind of have to unlearn everything you were taught, sort of, in a way. That's the sad part. Like in American school, like when it comes to education, right, the history, when it comes to the racism here, right, like towards the brothers, they leave out all the stuff that was being done with all minorities, right, like Asians and Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, right, and you know, Irish and Italians, right. They only talk about like, oh, it was pretty much white versus black when it wasn't so cut and dry like that. Like there was Mexicans that were being lynched as well, you know. Mexicans couldn't eat in the same restaurants or go to the same schools either. They had to sit in the back of the bus as well. It wasn't just blacks that were being treated like that, right? But it's funny how they leave that part out. What's the saying? That's what happens when you're being taught history by your enemy. It's funny. The gang sound they play every 2 seconds is to kill me. Gangland wasn't sure. Like that. The narrative voice was top. I used to watch it and I would just be like, what? Like, that's not true. Like, what does he mean? But you know what I mean? Like, there was just a bunch of stuff that I was just like, the fuck is he talking about? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I was just able to see the holes in all that. I'm just like, this was tripping. right? But I understand, you know, people that are not gang related, right? So they're only going to be able to tell you whatever they think, right? And even, you know, one of the things that they have to remember is like, let's say somebody who's already not a part of that organization, not a part of the group no more. They're going to have motives too, right? Anger, rage, for whatever reason, however they went out, right? They're going to have some, you know, some animosity. They start to spin the web some other type of way, right? Be like, no, well, they talk to people that are no longer part of some of those gangs. Yeah, because if them individuals don't have motives themselves, like, come on now, my guy. Even college coaches get shit wrong. No, but see, that's the beautiful thing about history, though, or science, for example, that they give you just their opinion of what they think happened or what's going on. I'm not saying that this is concrete, you know, proof and evidence, and that this is facts right here, right? They're giving you an idea of what they might think is happening or happened. You get what I mean? Because history and science keeps changing because we keep learning stuff, right? So it keeps changing, right? And they never tell you that what they're saying, like actual factual, right? Like they tell you, like, well, this is their idea, this is their theory, this is their hypothesis, you know, whatever, right? They're not telling you that it's concrete, right? So, what is science? An educated guess, no? But they're not telling you that compared to like individuals that are trying to tell you like shit is factual. You know what I mean? You know, because you have different scientists that debate back and forth. You know, in all the fields. You know, archaeologists, paleontologists. You know, all of them, right? It's like, oh, well, I think it's this or I think it's that. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about it. You know, and they're telling you from the get go, well, this is what they think. They're not telling you that this is like the facts of stuff. Even when it comes to like the Big Bang Theory, right? Because there's multiple. There's not just the Big Bang Theory. There's all kinds of theories of that scientists out there that believe of how the whole entire universe was created. The Big Bang Theory is just the most popular one, but it's not the only one though. There's multiple theories out there. What do you consider? Tell me. I don't know much about him. I don't have to look into him to see like the vibe I get off of him. I used to like glorifying the Los Angeles Chargers. I really didn't see it as glorifying. I felt like they were trying to paint them a certain way, right? Bro, even wore a mask. Bro was a heel. All right, gentlemen, my lunch break is over. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.